do you think this is how the ancient civilizations communicated with each other?
Oh, I believe so. I did a documentary called Black Knight Satellite, The Untold Story. Big documentary, got award-winning documentary. There's an object above Earth, which is still up there, orbiting this planet, which I believe is connected to the Boötis constellation, specifically Epsilon, which is a star in Boötis. Now, Michio Kaku, one of the world's top theoretical physicists, he said that the Epsilon constellation has a void, and this void is the largest void that they know now in the universe. It's so void and empty of space, empty of anything. They said not even dust exists in there.
Wow.
And he hypothesized, along with other theoretical physicists, that this wasn't a void. They theorized this was an artificial void and that this was an actual cloaked advanced civilization. Now, why do I bring up Boötis? Well, this device that's above us, the NSA has a declassified document, which we show in the actual documentary, which talks about decoding the signal and that the signal is leading to the Boötis constellation. And I believe that this object is watching us. In the ancient Sumerian tablets, Enlil had something called an all-seeing eye, kind of like the eye of Sauron from the movie Lord of the Rings. He can see population densities. He can see people on the planet in different areas. He can see who had crops and who didn't have crops. All this information he knew, who was going to war, who wasn't going to war. He can see it all from this crystal tablet.
Wow.
Now, to do that today, if you said, Billy, I need to see everything going on the planet, can you go ahead and give me this technology? I'd say, okay, first I need to build a satellite, put it in orbit. But not just any orbit. I would need to put it in a polar orbit. It would have to orbit pole to pole, not around the equator. Because as it's orbiting pole to pole and the planet spins on its axis, I'm able to grab swaths of data and stitch them together, and then I can analyze that data and I can give you the information that you're looking for. This object is in a polar orbit, something we couldn't do until more recent times.
Interesting.
And the signal that has been decoded by astrophysicists, astronomers, and the NSA is leading to the point in the sky where Boötis constellation was about 13,000 years ago or so. So this thing could be ancient. It could be the Watchers. And, you know, it talks about the Watchers in the biblical text and many other texts. It says the Watchers are watching us, but who watches the Watchers? And this device could be a quantum entangled device. They could be communicating what's happening on Earth in real time and transmitting it back via quantum entanglement back to the Boötis constellation civilization. So they're keeping an eye on us from light years away without having to be here through quantum entanglement.
Wow. That's crazy. So if you were to enter that, you would go where they're at?
No, well, you can't. I don't know if you can get into it. The STS-88 mission took HD images of this object.
Yeah.
They're estimating it's about 15 tons or so orbiting the Earth. And they put those images on NASA.gov and labeled it space junk. I don't think anybody wants to mess with it, tap into it, open it up, try to capture it because they don't know if it has a self-defense mechanism.
Wow.
So it's best to just leave it alone.
I wonder if someone can remote view that civilization, see what's going on there.
That would be amazing.
That'd be cool.
There was a TV series that came out based on a video game where they were in Epsilon. It was super high tech, this TV series. I forget the name of it at this exact moment. It's based on an actual video game. Though. If it comes back to me, I remember. But this video game, they were living in Epsilon. And there were wars and all kind of stuff going on. Super high tech stuff. It was a great series. I think it had 2 seasons. But yeah, it's incredible, man.
Well, a lot of these movies, TV shows, and video games, I feel like they're channeling that reality because there's no way you could just come up with that, right?
No.
You got to be channeling it.
We're all getting information from the field at all times. There's no really true, real, original idea. I believe that a lot of the information that we're getting is downloaded.
Right.
That we get on the frequency, as scientists are now starting to realize, that everything exists in the field, this energetic field that connects all of us. For example, every time you think something, even right now, every thought's going into this energetic grid. We know that the thoughts leave your skull because if I put an EEG cap on your head, I can capture your thoughts, which means that without surgery, which means that they've left your brain and gone out into this field.
Right.
The EEG cap captures them and puts them into the computer so we can see what's going on, right? So that means every thought you've ever thought, everything you've ever thought about exists in this grid. The book of life is real. The Akashic records is real. Because every known sentient conscious being or living thing in the universe, thoughts exist on the grid. And if you can get on the same frequency of something, of a thought that already existed, you may be able to quantum entangle with it. And if you can discern the information, you can act on it.
Wow. That's fascinating. So there's no original thoughts.
No. Everything has already been thought about.
Yeah, everyone thinks they're a genius. And they're just pulling it from someone else.
Yeah. It's already out there.
Wow, that's
It's already
nuts.
on the grid.
Yeah. Now I just found out you could capture dreams. Crazy technology is coming out these days. Yeah. You can wake up and watch your dream now.
Yes, you can. You can wake up, watch the dream. They have this new technology that replays it for you. I mean, it's sci-fi.
Yeah.
This world has gone to where the movies have done a great job in predicting reality, where the future of reality is going, including Star Trek, because I think 100% of this technology on Star Trek has almost come to pass. There's only a few things left that we need to invent to be, and they've even got teleportation now.
Really?
So we don't even have to worry about inventing that now.
Who invented that?
Some Russian scientists did it in Russia years ago.
Wow.
And also here in the United States. Now, they haven't teleported a human being yet, but they have been teleporting particles, and now they can teleport a series of molecules. So they're getting bigger and bigger. So they teleported, I believe it was molecules or particles from Earth to the ISS, the International Space Station. So they teleported particles from Earth to the International Space Station and back. So we can teleport now. So they're finding ways to even teleport through the internet now. So this is crazy. Now, what was the biggest thing holding us back from teleporting bigger objects like a human being, a more complex organism? Storage space. The data to know all the trillions of atoms in your body and the exact location and position they're in to put them back together and reassemble them. Because when you teleport, you die.
Oh, wow.
So teleportation, it pulls you apart atom by atom, and the original version of you no longer exists. It reassembles you. It's a reincarnation. So anything that's teleported from one end to the next, the original thing is gone. The second thing you see that appears is a facsimile. So data storage is the biggest thing. But now with the invention of biological/mechanical components going together, they've created a DNA hard drive. Microsoft has created a DNA hard drive. One drop of DNA can store 433 petabytes of data.
Jeez.
So a hard drive the size of this cell phone can store billions of years of information.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
And so now the combination of these technologies together, utilizing DNA as a storage medium, which can store in volumes, and they can take ACs, T's, and G's, which is what DNA actually is, and they can even upload the data by converting those into zeros and ones and putting it up on a server. And they can take data from a server, convert the zeros and ones into ACs, T's, and G's, and download it onto DNA. So now we're talking about read, write on DNA, upload, and download, which is the future of storage information. So we'll be able to teleport complex things like a table, a person, into space or wherever we want to pretty soon.
So hypothetically, if you wanted to just download information like books instead of reading them, would that be possible in the future?
Oh, yeah. Schools are going to go bye-bye. In the future, there'll be no more schools. You're not sending your kid to school anymore. You will, because of the age of your child, they will get a certain amount of data downloaded into their brain, right into their cortex. So they'll put this crown on. This crown will transmit information directly into the brain. So a baby will get a certain amount of information. And then it has to, because it now has to process that information, right? And then maybe a toddler will get a certain amount of information. It has to then understand and process that information. You don't want to give a toddler information about sex,
right?
So as they reach certain stages, there'll be certain levels that they get to with these crowns, which will download data directly into the brain, and schooling is going to be gone bye-bye. Everyone will know everything they need to know.
Damn. Yeah. That's crazy. So we're going to be really advanced in the future.
Yeah. There will be no more ignorant people.
I can't even picture that.
At least educationally ignorant.
Yeah. Then it's just a matter of taking action, I guess, because if everyone knows the same information,
right?
What's going to separate you?
What you'll do is you will work at something that you're passionate about.
Right.
So you'll find what you're passionate about. You'll lean more towards that thing, and then you'll perfect the skills to go along with the knowledge, because the knowledge is great. Anyone can have. I can download the universal knowledge of everything in the entire universe into your brain. And if you don't do anything with it, it means nothing. But once you put action behind the knowledge and once you apply the knowledge, then it actually gives you something worth value.
Facts.
So it's about applying the knowledge. Knowledge is not power. The application of knowledge is power.
Absolutely. Because there's a lot of people that consume knowledge, but they don't take action on it.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Wherever you guys are watching this show, I would truly appreciate it if you follow or subscribe. It helps a lot with the algorithm. It helps us get bigger and better guests, and it helps us grow the team. Truly means a lot. Thank you guys for supporting. And here's the episode.